This model shows pharyngeal clefts and pharyngeal pouches. This is the inside, this is outside. Inside means it is lined by endoderm. Outside means it is lined by ectoderm. So the invaginations which are produced by the endoderm, these invaginations what we are calling pouches. The invaginations which are formed by or which are produced by the ectoderm, these are clefts. In between the endoderm and ectoderm, this is mesoderm from the pharyngeal arches. So pharyngeal arches in the center, pharyngeal pouches inner side and pharyngeal clefts towards outside. If you see one by one, this is first pouch, second pouch, third pouch, fourth pouch. First pharyngeal pouch and the posterior most part of the second pharyngeal pouch will be forming the tuber-tympanic recess. The tuber-tympanic recess will form the auditory tube, middle ear cavity and mastoid antrum. But the anterior part of the second pharyngeal pouch is going to form the palatine tonsil. Then if you go for third pharyngeal pouch, it is having ventral and dorsal aspects. That means ventral wing and dorsal wing. If you take the ventral wing, this is the ventral wing and this is dorsal wing. This ventral wing is going to form thymus. Dorsal wing is going to form the parathyroid. Actually, this parathyroid will be descending down along with thymus. Thymus will be extending down up to the superior mediastinum. Because of that, along with thymus, this parathyroid gland also will descend down. So that the parathyroid gland which is formed by the third pharyngeal pouch is going to become the inferior parathyroid. And if you take the fourth pharyngeal pouch, this fourth pharyngeal pouch forms the parathyroid only. But this is superior parathyroid gland. So it is going to form the superior parathyroid gland, and the parathyroid gland which is formed from the third pharyngeal pouch, it is going to become the inferior parathyroid. And there will be another part which is formed by the fourth and the rudimentary fifth pharyngeal pouch. This part what we are calling ultimobronchial body. This is ultimobronchial body. So this ultimobronchial body is going to form the parafollicular C cells. These are the derivatives of pharyngeal pouches. Recollect? Total first pharyngeal pouch and the dorsal part of second pharyngeal pouch united and forms the tuber-tympanic recess. This is tuber-tympanic recess. This tuber-tympanic recess is going to form mastoid antrum, middle ear cavity and auditory tube. Anterior part of the second pharyngeal pouch is going to form the palatine tonsil. Then third pharyngeal pouch will be having ventral and dorsal wings. Ventral wing is going to form the thymus. Dorsal wing is going to form the parathyroid gland. This parathyroid gland is inferior parathyroid. Actually, it is formed from the third pharyngeal pouch because of descending of thymus. This parathyroid gland also will descend, so that it becomes the inferior parathyroid. Whereas the parathyroid which will be formed from the fourth pharyngeal pouch, that becomes the superior parathyroid gland. Along with that, there will be part of fourth pharyngeal pouch and also remnants of fifth pharyngeal pouch will be forming the ultimobronchial body. This ultimobronchial body is going to form the parafollicular C cells. So these are the different pharyngeal pouches and their derivatives. Then if you go for pharyngeal clefts, this side pharyngeal clefts are there. Only one pharyngeal cleft is going to give the named structure. Remaining clefts are going to obliterate. So if you take the first pharyngeal cleft, this first pharyngeal cleft is giving rise to external acoustic meatus. Only this structure. Then the mesoderm which is present within the second pharyngeal arch, that will be overgrows and it will be overhanging over the remaining pharyngeal clefts and it will be fused and forms the side of the neck. Then there is a gap, there is a sinus which is present in between the pharyngeal clefts and this overhanging part. This sinus what we are calling cervical sinus. Usually this cervical sinus will be obliterated, but in some individuals it will not be obliterated, so that it becomes a cyst. That cyst what we are calling cervical cyst. So this is enough regarding pharyngeal pouch and pharyngeal clefts.